What is up? We should be live. All right, let's get it cracking. So, welcome to the Private Label Masters YouTube channel. I hope you guys have subscribed. Also to the Facebook group. We have over 2,000 members in there. Successful sellers, new sellers, no question's a dumb question. If you're a new person, anyone's giving you a hard time, I'll delete their comment and get rid of them. No, I'm just kidding. But we try to play nice there, build a great community, and if you guys haven't joined already, please join. So, you guys can start firing your questions at me. I'll do my best. And if you stay for the whole thing, I'm going to do a little giveaway. But there's a few requirements to be eligible for the giveaway. And I'm going to give away a $50 Amazon gift card. All right, so you got to stay tuned. And there's a couple things that you have to do. All right. So, let's see what we got here on the questions. Bashir, ever gone through a PayPal dispute? Inspection failed. You know, fortunately, I have not. I'm sorry that your inspection failed. A lot of times when something goes a little south with your inspection, it doesn't mean you have to like throw the whole order out. It does maybe mean you have to go back, have them fix a few things. I'd recommend saying, you know what, I don't want to file a dispute because this has failed an inspection. So I need you to work with me here. I need you to fix the units, go back through, and then we're going to split the cost of the next inspection and then go from there, right? I wouldn't, unless it's like some major issues, I wouldn't just pull the plug because production takes a long time, as you and I know it, and a lot of times what may be considered good products to you, maybe for their last customer, they can accept, you know, not as good as products. So try to work with the supplier instead of just like kicking the whole thing to the curb. That's my advice for you on that one. Let's see, what else we got here? Oh yeah, smash the like button, smash it. That thumbs up. I want your mouse to break. I want you to have carpal tunnel from smashing the like button. All right, so let's see here, who we got? Manny S. Is it better to go for products that give you only $5 net after fees because of less competition? Okay, so I don't have a problem with going after products that have only $5 net profit. The one hurdle you're going to have, yes, they may be less competition, but having only $5 profits can make PPC a little rough. Because with only $5 in profit to work with, you can't really spend too much on PPC. Your A cost is probably going to be pretty low. So that's my only advice on that. Again, I have products that make, you know, $5 and less on some of them, and I sell a whole bunch of them. And I have products that make between, you know, $50 and $80 per sale. So I have no problem with those lower profit margin products, especially if they have low competition, man. Easy, low-hanging fruit. Nathan's always got the more advanced questions, which are cool. I understand. How do you monitor ongoing products per each product? With giveaways, Facebook ads, PPC, returns, damaged goods, etc. Do you have a software or an Excel template? So I kind of have a host of different online tools that I use to try to track all of these things. All right, so with Facebook ads, you can kind of track your Facebook spend pretty easily within your ads manager. So you can set up different ad accounts. You can even set that up, you know, per brand to have a different ad account, right? And then you can really track if you have one ad account going for all your one brand, it's pretty easy to track the ad spend there. Now also for the returns, things like that, you can use stuff like, I believe Cash Cow Pro factors in returns. I also believe, I think Managed by Stats has something that can track that. And then in regards to PPC spend, um, both of those also track that too. The one that's kind of difficult to track that I've noticed is AMS spend, because that doesn't really link in with anything, so you're gonna have to track that kind of manually. Um, I don't like track it down to the very penny. I know that with my private label products, I have pretty big margins, and as long as nothing's going haywire, I know that I'm gonna be in the green. So I do use a different host of tools. Like I said, I do have access to Managed by Stats. I do have access to Cash Cow Pro. Those take into consideration returns, promos, PPC, and things like that. So that's kind of what I use. Although I'm getting my VA on to really tracking it a little closer, so that I can, see if there's any room that I can make there. Let's see here. I'm gonna try to answer these faster so we can get more here. What are some of your best learning experiences at Amazon? Any lessons learned, Jenny? I would just say, be aggressive. I always mention that when you launch a product, be aggressive, right? Don't settle for second page. Get to the first page. It costs a bit of money, but remember, this product can make you potentially tens of thousands of dollars. So get it to the front page and do your best to really make your listing beautiful. I mean, you want people to go to your listing and feel like an idiot or a fool to not buy your product, right? Compared to the others. So that is what I recommend. And also, random barriers come up, like little bumps in the road. Some weird thing with your supplier happens. Some weird shipping thing happened. Amazon lost this. Something happened with PPC that, right? Your supplier this. It's normal. The better you can get at not emotionally getting involved whenever these things happen and pulling your hair out and just being able to get past those little hurdles, the better you're going to be, because trust me, they don't stop. Let's see what else we got here. Twong Lee, can you tell us step-by-step how to launch the product in detail, please? Oh, man, so this is kind of a longer topic, but I can only do a brief overview on that one. What you need to do is you need to optimize your listing. You need to start with a competitive price. You need to find your major targeted keywords. You need to start PPC, and you need to start using a launch service such as Viral Launch or ZonJump if you don't know how to run Facebook ads, and then you target those specific keywords, your main ones, and go from there. CS, how did you launch so many products so quickly? Excuse me. That's a good question. So, some of my products, for my brands, I noticed there was a lot of complementary type products that I could add to the brand, and the niche was a little larger. And I tried to also find different suppliers that could make multiple products for me. So then it wasn't always like having to find so many. And then I'd also ask them what they recommend, what are some other hot products that are selling that are similar to this? And they gave me some really good ideas. But I just really started, once I figured out the blueprint and that Amazon private label is a real thing and it's not just a bunch of scammers telling you about it online. Once I launched my first couple products, it clicked. Like I said in past videos, this isn't the first time I've ever sold online or done something entrepreneurial. So it wasn't such a huge jump for me to start doing something like this. I just needed to see it work once or twice, figure out the blueprint, and then I just started loading the pipeline of products. Okay, got another one coming, got another one coming, got another one coming, put them in every week or two. Thankfully, I had, from all my other adventures that I had done in entrepreneurial type things, I always saved my money and I lived fairly simply. So that gave me the opportunity to really invest heavier than maybe the average person for an opportunity like private label. So that's how I was able. I didn't have as big as a fear as most people have, and I did save quite a bit of capital. Shikuchi123, should I leave platinum keywords blank? Yes, it doesn't matter. Those are only for gigantic sellers. I mean, I don't even have access to platinum platinum keywords, so it doesn't do anything. Andre, what's up, Andre? You asked, I find that a competitive product is when your manual PPC keywords that are getting clicks need to have such a high bid that it is not too profitable. That sounds like a statement, and I would say it's all relative, right? So you could have, PPC could be competitive, but the whole market may not be competitive. You may just have one guy who goes in there and just bids crazy for the keywords, right? That makes it competitive for PPC, but if you can still get on first page by using a launch service or Facebook ads, then you may not even need the PPC as much. Or you may just, bid a little bit under him. And there's some interesting things that I've seen with PPC. Just because a person bids a whole bunch doesn't always mean they're going to get the top spots. Sometimes I've had automatic campaigns where I don't have that high of a bid get higher placements than my manual campaigns that I know are targeting those same keywords with a high bid. But yes, if someone's in there bidding super high for the keywords, it does make it a little tougher, and the PPC is a little more competitive. Bashir, unfortunately, she got to the level where she started to lie. Okay, so again, I wouldn't always, even if something like this were to happen, where your supplier's not telling the truth always, a lot of times people's pride levels get in the way, right? For example, I was just talking to a supplier now, and I was like, do you have other sellers who sell this product on Amazon? They were like, yeah, I do. I said, okay, well, let me have one of their seller ID names, and I'll just order the product from them, and I get the sample way faster and cheaper. We both win. And he kept saying, oh, I don't know their names. Oh, I forget. Oh, they don't tell me the brand names. And I'm like, I know that you see the box and the packaging and the brand name on it. So what is the brand name so I can just get a sample? And then he finally told me, you know what? I don't give people's brand names out. And I said, thank you for telling the truth and not just saying that you don't know, because I know you know. Did I kick that guy to the curb? No. But I think we came to an agreement right then and there that honesty is the best policy when working with me. But Bashir, go with your gut, man. If your gut says that it's not a safe spot for you and your investment's at risk, pull the plug and go back after Chinese New Year, find someone else. Jenny Kang, do you have any experience with design patents? I personally do not. However, I would love to have some products with patents. And just a random idea, I haven't done this yet, but I've heard people do it. You can file a patent for anything. Doesn't mean it'll always go through, right? But then you can put on your listing patent pending, and it might scare away some competitors. That's a Tim tip right there. Tuong Lee, can you talk about tax, please? So, I'm not the biggest tax guru. I'm not an accountant or anything. Thankfully, though, my dad actually is a CPA, and he has his own accounting practice. So he helps me with all of that. Tax collecting, that kind of thing. I personally use Avalara to collect sales tax from the different states. I recommend reaching out to your own local accountant and asking him what you think is best, what he thinks is best for you in your situation. Let's see here. Nathan. What's up, Nathan? You again. Is there some trick to getting reviews organically besides auto emails or some special template for auto emails? What is your review percentage? So I don't track my review percentage, and I really don't feel that there is really a trick. I've noticed there are products that seem to get reviews faster than others. For example, I have a product that's very giftable. And that thing gets reviews like crazy. I don't know why, but people just leave reviews for it. I've had that product, for example. I've sold a ton of it. In 1 year, I got over 700 reviews on that one product. But then I have another product that I have sold over thousands, and I have like 20 reviews. And I'm doing everything. I'm doing inserts, I'm doing review emails, and it's just, people just don't like to leave reviews for that. Plus, once people started being able to opt out of emails, that kind of hurt. So the biggest thing that's going to help you with reviews is sales velocity. Suhi Castillo, you're back. Do you wait your 2 weeks to get paid by Amazon, or do you use any quicker pay services? So I do use, I do wait the 2 weeks, right? There is a pay service called Payability, but I don't recommend it. Like, that's straight up, I feel it's kind of like loan sharking. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that on a live stream, but it's kind of a crazy rate. Unless you like are dying and you need it, I recommend waiting your 2 weeks instead of using something like Payability. Let's see here. Vivek, what's up, Vivek? Hey Tim, can 25% off or break-even discount during launch through ZonJump work, or do we require deep discounts like 90%? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that ZonJump won't even run your campaign if you're only doing a 25% off coupon. And I've ran my own Facebook ads a bunch, which is basically what ZonJump does for you. And 25% off just doesn't really cut it, right? You need to make sure you get X amount of sales per day. So I've had success doing 50% off sometimes, but usually 75% to 90%. And it kind of hurts, but it's kind of what you need to do. And another thing that I recommend is once you start doing your launch, right? If you start seeing you ranking first page for that keyword that you're targeting on like page 4, I wouldn't wait 10 days doing the launch on it. You know, I would only like extend it like maybe another 3 days so you get some roots there and you'll stick for a little longer. But then I would start changing it to a new keyword. I wouldn't just like, if you notice getting results super quick for that keyword on your blast, on your launch giveaways, I wouldn't just keep targeting that keyword if you already ranked front page after 3 days. I wouldn't wait 7 or 10 days. I would switch the keyword out. Vivek, do you plan to do your launch with 0 reviews, or do you work on getting reviews first before then launch plus PPC? So, good question. What I have done is, since I run all my own launches, basically what ZonJump does for myself, running Facebook ads, I start PPC with 0 reviews. I have a YouTube video on that. Check that out. It seems like people don't really care if you have reviews for PPC. I'm telling you, if you have a good product, a killer listing, and a good price, you're gonna sell. I don't care if you have 1 review or 100 reviews or 0 reviews. If you're front page, you get that in front of people, and it's a good product, good price, good listing, you're gonna sell. So I start right away, no reviews, and with a launch, I probably would recommend for you to wait to get 5 to 10 reviews before you use something like ZonJump, because you'll stick the landing a lot better, right? If you have a couple reviews. Let's see here. All right, I need to speed it up. Manny S. What's up, Manny? How important is custom packaging? How much higher can you price your item if you do? So, look at your competition. Is it a giftable product? Is it not giftable? Right? Is it just like, is it something that only needs a poly bag? Or is it something that you want them to have an experience, right? So I would look to see what is the competition doing. If none of them have the packaging, and let's say your product's $7, but if you need to get packaging, it's an extra $3, I wouldn't do it. You know, if it's only a couple bucks or something like that, you might be able to. Packaging is like, you know, it adds a bit to it, especially if it's a giftable product, but you're not gonna be able to charge like $10 or $15 or, you know, 40% more than the next guy. You're gonna be able to price a little bit more, but again, if you have the best packaging and your pictures aren't that good and your product's not as good, I don't care how great your packaging is, right? So it's kind of a general answer. I would say 50% of my products have super nice packaging, I mean, that I've had a designer for, and 50% just have standard packaging. Nathan, you're back. When do you use AMS rather than PPC, or what do you do when running them at the same time? I run a ton of PPC and am registered with AMS, but do not use it. Can you give me some tips on this, please? Nathan with another high-level question. So, for everyone who doesn't know, AMS is called Amazon Marketing Services. You used to be able to get access to that really easily through Vendor Express, but now you have to have brand registry, which means a trademark, which means you can't actually get access to AMS like Nathan has access to now, unless you have that trademark. So this is something that if you don't have trademark right now, it's something you won't be able to use for like 8 months to a year. But AMS, you can use display ads, right? That's the one thing you can do. So check this out. If you click on someone's listing, right, underneath their price on the side, oftentimes there'll be an ad right there. And sometimes when you scroll down a little bit, you'll see like a little small banner ad right there. Well, that is a display ad. And you can actually target specifically a competitor's product with yours and then write a custom title in there. So how can you use this, right? Let's say you have a product and it's FBA, and you see some of your competitors who get some sales, not a lot, but they're FBM, right? Obviously, you have a huge benefit, right? You can get your products faster. So you can target that specific ASIN, do a display ad on their listing exactly, right? And then you could write in there, Prime eligible, blah, 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 Prime eligible shoe soles or something. Don't wait, 3 to 5 days. Basically, you're exploiting the weakness of that listing. And then you could also, let's say you have a dog leash, right? What is a complementary product, right? Not only targeting competitors' listings, but what's a complementary product? Well, maybe it's a dog food bowl. You can go find dog food bowls that sell well and then do a display ad on those dog food bowls. And then you get really customized with the title, right? You can say, what goes great with that dog food bowl? An awesome new leash, right? And then have a picture of your product right there. So display ads, check those out. That's when I'd use AMS. Jenny King, what was your life like before Amazon? Private label, do you do any one-on-one mentoring? So I mentioned in the last live stream, which I'm gonna post on YouTube, that I've kind of been doing stuff like this for a while, probably almost 10 years, right? I had my real estate license for a year. I sold about 12 houses in California in that first year. Market tanked. I worked at a restaurant, worked at Costco for a while, worked at different grocery stores. I worked in the mall at PacSun for a while when I was younger. But I was heavy into online selling for at least 7 years now. I was doing online arbitrage close to $3 million a year on Amazon, and retail arbitrage doing the same types of things. And then also other things like that. So this is kind of like a normal thing for me, except I'm able to scale private label a lot bigger than I have been any of those other things. Because when I was doing online arbitrage, I had my money items, right? But then I noticed different stores were like putting into place like anti-Tim laws, right? Where I would find this awesome item, I knew when to go on sales, I'd stack coupons, I'd use gift cards, I'd go through a portal like Ebates or MrRebates.com or ShopAtHome.com, and then I would buy them out of stock, and I'd have like 300 items come to my parents' house, then I'd ship them all to Amazon, and then I'd fly them out, just rinse and repeat. Well, I started getting calls from JCPenney, Kohl's. They actually called me on the phone and was like, you know what, we're going to have to limit everyone who comes to our website now to 2 per household. So I was like, okay. And so that was really killing my whole online arbitrage, retail arbitrage. Thankfully, I found private label. And I don't do any I don't do any mentoring right now. Sorry about that. But I hope you're learning a lot from this group and from the channel. Bashir, do you think it's possible to launch a product with a budget of $2,500? Is that including the product purchase and everything, or is that just for the launch process? I think it does. You have to, if it's including everything, you're gonna have to go for a less expensive item that doesn't sell a ton, but definitely possible at $2,500. Eric, hey Tim, appreciate your help. Will you saving or posting these live streams on YouTube channel to be viewed later, easier? Yes, I will. I will. Suhi, what do you think about super URLs? Can you get in trouble with Amazon by using them? So super URLs, so when people used to use the term super URL, what they were referring to is you type in the search word for your item, you search for your item, you click on it, and then you grab that URL. And in that URL, it had your search term embedded in it. And you could give people that URL, and people would purchase through it, and then your item would get a boost for that keyword, right? Well, I don't know, probably a year ago or something, Amazon made that not even work, right? So the term super URL, I don't really use that anymore. I use the terms like storefront URL or two-step URL, which kind of leads them to your product, but doesn't actually get them right there. And then they click on it and they purchase through that. I use that all the time. That's how Viral Launch works. That's how all Facebook ads work if you're targeting keywords. And that's what all the really large sellers who know what they're doing do. So that's my thoughts on that. Nathan, could you share some tips on how to build an email list? Do you get a ton of sales from your email list? The way you grow your email list that I've seen is through inserts. Things like get your warranty or watch a tutorial video here. And then once they go there, you just have a little thing that says, put in your email, and then, or join our VRP list to find out, newest products that are coming out. And not everyone does it. They do it slowly. But I've been able to get some sales from it onto my Shopify site, but I primarily focus on growing Amazon. Hope that helps. What are your thoughts on scaling up versus scaling out? Do you feel you need to make a profit on product 1 before going to product 2? Is it better to go into a little debt and launch a few products first? So I have a couple of products that I'm in the red on right now, but I keep launching products. It just matters on your cash flow and your confidence level. I mean, if you see a good opportunity and you really believe that your first product's going to go green, why not? And even if it's not going to go green, it takes a while to launch a product, as you know, on private label. So might as well get one else cooking in the oven. That way, if you need to disband your other product, you already got one going. Instead of waiting, okay, now I'll go after the other one. That's how I was able to launch so many items. I just kept putting stuff in the pipeline. Going into a little debt. I like that keyword little. I don't like people going into crazy debt, right, unless you know what you're doing. If you don't know what you're doing yet, I don't recommend it. Save some money, get a side hustle to fund it. But a little debt, I don't see what's wrong with that, especially if you have some confidence in your product, right? Higher risk, higher reward. That's what I'd say. Tuong Lee, do you use TaxJar? And it's easy to use, collect the sales tax from buyers. I use Avalara, and it takes a little bit to set it up, but it's pretty simple. And I notice that people still buy from me even though I collect sales tax. My background went into sleep mode. Oh man. We can't be having that, dude. Can't be having that. Bronx321, how did you start or hear about private labeling? So real quick, how I heard about private labeling is, like I told you, I got out of retail arbitrage, online arbitrage, and I opened a local business. I had a friend move to town to date one of my wife's sisters. He was super entrepreneurial. He did a lot of stuff on AdWords, things like that. He was looking for a job. He was also, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna see if any of my old tricks still work. So when I started looking online to see if I could still do the whole buy online, sell online thing, I started hearing about private label everywhere. So I told my buddy, hey, I'm going to check out this. If I can get it to work, I'll teach you. That's how I got into private label. Trying to help someone, which is cool. Let's see here. So I'm going to answer a couple more questions rapid fire, and then we're gonna wind it up. But at this point is when I'm going to tell you about the giveaway, right? So I said if you stayed, there's going to be a giveaway. So you have to do a couple things, right? You have to subscribe to the YouTube channel. You have to be for sure subscribed. You have to be in the Facebook group, right? You have to smash the like button on this video. And then you have to stay in the group on the same thing, on the same thread that I made, that you loved the live stream, all right? So that's what you got to do. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, smash the like button, be a part of the Facebook group, and then on the thread where I posted the link, once this is all done, you got to post, that live stream was amazing, or some comment like that. And then in my next video, I'll pick out who was the winner, all right? Thanks again, you guys, for tuning in. Last but not least, let's keep going here. Dude, I did the same thing with retail arbitrage. Got my... Nathan, you know what I'm talking about, man. And Nathan, you want to know something crazy? Is I wondered how people got those gift cards, and so I opened up my own gift card shop. Right? Check that out. Manny S., what Amazon course would you recommend? Woo! That's a tough question, man. There's some out there. Maybe I'm building my own just for you guys. Who knows? We'll see. Andre Powell. Hi, Tim. How do you pick and choose which low-hanging keywords to rank for their listing? I use merchant words, reverse ASIN, but how do you find low-hanging keywords? So low-hanging keywords, a lot of times you'll find those from PPC, right? You'll have no idea, like, man, that was a good keyword. And the only reason you know is because you start getting some clicks and sales from it. So basically, yeah, other than that, you look on merchant words, look for, I guess, more targeted keywords that are more long tail, that are longer, like instead of just garlic press, stainless steel, garlic press, you know, heavy duty, stuff like that. So longer tail keywords that are specific to your product that less people are going after. All right, I'm gonna go through these last couple. Hey Tim, when you said I could start with Zon Jump launch after maybe 5 reviews, did you mean starting with aggressive PPC only first? I get 5 reviews. No, start PPC right away. DD Adventures, what do you consider for a product potential product? What's your criteria? That's another long one. But I look at things like consistent BSR, consistent pricing, market depth, who I'm competing with, profit margins. Those are a few of them. Bashir, do you recommend eBay dropshipping as a side hustle? Tips from your experience on it. eBay dropshipping. It works. I used to dropship stuff from Amazon to eBay all the time. You can use a program like Joe Lister to do that. I used to go on websites such as slickdeals.net, look for really good products or cheap products or sales that are coming up, list them up on eBay, and then dropship them. It does. I have no problem with dropshipping or any of these side hustles. The hard part is just finding good products to dropship that are profitable and that you can do, right? Because the whole dropship model isn't that difficult, especially for eBay. It's all about finding the products though. So if you have a knack for that, I know there's programs such as like Tactical Arbitrage, OA X-Ray that can help you find products. And the nice thing about dropshipping is you don't actually have to buy the inventory for yourself, because when you're doing online arbitrage like that, where you buy it to yourself, then you got to pay to ship it to Amazon, then all that stuff, right? That shipping aspect can cost or take something out of the profit margins, or if you're fulfilling the item yourself on eBay. So if you're able to drop ship, you're able to have smaller margins, right? And you're also able to have a lot more up for sale because you don't have this whole backlog of tons of inventory on hand. Let's see here. I think that's everything. Cool. Well, I hope I was able to provide some value to you guys. Remember, smash the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the Facebook group. I hope I'm helping you guys out. You guys are helping giving me some motivation. I'm going to try to do these videos more often. Let me know if the video was clear, if the mic was clear, and make sure to go in the group and let everyone know how awesome the live stream was. And I'm going to pick that giveaway the next time I do a video. All right, you guys, take care. See you in the next one.